Hey, everybody, welcome to Taking the Time. It's Saturday, Sunday. I don't know
Hello
what
and
day it is.
welcome. It is Sunday. The Olympics are officially over. I'm not sure who won because I missed the.
I think we got the most medals and the most golds.
Oh, did we? Did we come back and win it all?
So,
I
yeah,
don't know.
we were like third. Like China was crushing it, and Japan was second, and then we were third. But I
Last
think
night, yeah, we were in
the last
second.
count I saw, we had the most
Yeah,
gold.
well, yeah, we had the most. We had like 100 something in the U.S. Sorry, rest of the world, but we're an enormous country,
Don't
so that's
don't
the only plus.
don't be a soft American and apologize.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, damn it, America. Yeah, we're gonna be those annoying guys now, and like. Yes, just do nothing but talk about America and how great it is, even though we can't produce a watch anymore.
Right? Seriously.
Yeah. Anybody in the comments, if you know anything about the Olympics, who won, whatever. If you want to talk about that, that's cool too. Why not? Because we have no format. We don't care. So yeah, if you want whatever you want to talk about, if
You
you got.
guys with ADHD, how are we going to have a format?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. A couple guys, a couple combined 16, 17 years of higher education. Why would we have a format? No.
That's my higher education. How many years do you have to add to that?
Um, 8.5.
Just kidding.
Eight and a half, yeah. Um,
That's what it felt like, anyways.
yeah, it is. It's
We're already.
yeah. The train has officially gone off of the track and into the canyon, and is presently exploding at the bottom. But that's okay because here we are taking the time with Dr. Q and myself, Brian.
All right, yeah.
So
All right, so today we're eventually going to get to your experience unboxing and your first experience, your first 3 days with the Panerai. So that's going to be really exciting to hear your your impressions and experience over the last couple of days. I was actually there, was unboxing it, and he definitely said, he's like, when I'm excited about something, you can't really tell, and I'm just like, oh, does he like this or not? And I'm like,
I was honest, wasn't it? Like it's just like
hmm.
you're like, dude, did somebody just die? Like, did you just get terrible news, or did you just win the lottery? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I think you were maybe just were in shock of, I don't know.
When I get something that's really, 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 really cool, like I just look like a deer in the headlights, and it's terrible because it leaves everybody wondering, like, did you like it? Or, especially with gifts and things. So yeah, yeah, it's. I will say, at one time I was sad, but now I am happy.
All right.
It's just kind of an inside joke that Brad and I have, and it's a character that I've made up, which is actually myself speaking in third person. And I will share it with you guys if you want to hear the third person. Brian was sad, but now Brian is happy.
Let's hear a couple. Let's go for it.
But
These were amusing. So
at one time, Brian wore a Tissot, and Brian was sad. But now Brian has a Panerai, and he has beautiful women follow him everywhere he goes.
now there's no proof of any of that.
No, there isn't. No. Hey, Robert. At one time, Brian wore a Tissot, and Brian was sad. Brian's front yard looked like Vietnam. But the day that he has an army of workers, of lawn care workers, taking care of his hellacious front yard. So now Brian is happy.
Now, for the record,
That is true.
Since we're unbiased, the Tissot's chronomechanism hasn't worked in quite a while. That might be part of the sadness, but we'll find out later on in the review. Speaking of, what's on your wrist? I mean, kind of a stupid question, right?
Yeah, that's our version of. Oh, this is
I thought
a
it was Monday Night Football theme or whatever.
yeah, which
Oh,
one?
well,
The old school Hank Jr. There you
Panerai
go.
reference Pam 24.
00024
Yeah.
with the date, small seconds at 9 o'clock. What movements? It's 28.8 high beat off.
About 7750.
Basically, it's 7750 with the chrono mechanism taken out. So they had to detune a more expensive movement, basically, and then they call it a caliber. I don't remember, 13 or something.
X111.
X111, X111.
No, 13. I think you're right.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But yes, the one time Bryan was sad with his broken Tissot and etc. And now the day, I'm telling you, it was okay. Now a lot of it is probably just luck or whatever, but I really feel like life has seriously changed for the better for me since this arrived. It's almost like a good luck charm, and yeah, I'm loving it.
I was gonna say it is or was. I don't know how you refer to that. Like after you get your grail, is it still your grail? Like I got my grail. Like I don't know, but like
It is.
Grail,
It
or
is.
do you want another one now?
Okay, this is a good question. It is, but everybody knows that I love chronographs.
Yeah.
So
Daylight, like a 288 or something like that.
I would like, and the reason for the chronos, it's not. I mean, yeah, you can argue that the tack meter and everything. You know, you could tell how fast you're driving if somebody else is on cruise control. And you have mile markers and all that other happy stuff. But other than that, it's about use. You're not going to be timing yourself in an airplane because you're not going to have any frame of reference other than clouds. You're never going to figure out the speed. Plus, they usually only go up to 500 miles an hour, and passenger planes fly at over 500 miles an hour. So it's basically, it looks cool, and it just looks like a really complicated instrument, which it is. I love chronographs, and I would like to get another one eventually once I can afford to eat again. So, these don't come inexpensively. But at the same time, if you save up your money, and I mean, I'm medically retired military. If you save up and you really want something, you can get it. And if you find, I'm telling you, Brad really helped me with this one. We found like the hottest deal in the United States. Pretty much, yeah, we did. The only other ones that were even close were in Japan, and then you got to pay huge import taxes and all that other stuff on it. And I don't know why. It's not like it's coming out of China. Leave the Japanese alone. Like, they're our friends. So, stop taxing the crap out of them. But anyway, we're not going down the political road here. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Like, all right, everybody hates taxes, so I think we can all agree on that. There's not a single person on here going, "Well, even I work for the IRS and I love taxes." No, you hate them too. So don't even pretend. We all hate taxes. We all hate paying money for stuff that we don't ever get. So but no, the truth is, I got this watch. It was a Grail watch. Brad and I have been through every reference number, every model, every damn thing you could think of. Finally figured it out. That
I figured you told me the criteria, and I'm like, oh, you want a 25 or a 24? Because you gave me your criteria, and I'm like, oh, this is your watch, and yeah.
Between the 25 and the 24, said the 25 is titanium, and I said that I didn't care for titanium because it scratches a lot easier than stainless. Now that's something we can argue about. We're not going to, but titanium is lighter. It is very strong. All kinds of new alloys. I mean, in another 10 years, we're going to be talking about.
Well, speaking of the BMG on Panerai's website on the submersibles, it's 47 millimeter watch called the BMG, and it's some mix of some. I mean, it's super light for especially for a 47 millimeter. It's got new technologies. They got those carb techs. I think the carb techs are in submersibles too, but they've got some super light 47s that are pretty interesting. But
yeah, they're made of carbon fiber or something, chopped carbon fiber. Now, for reference, this is on my paw. This is the technically 44 millimeter case.
44 millimeter stainless steel case.
Yeah, and so I mean it's heavy, and it's on a bracelet that I picked out, which is very similar to a factory Panerai bracelet, but at 1/32 of the price. So,
well, you know what? The factory bracelets won't fit your watch because they have little notches in the back.
And sadly, the factory bracelet that came with mine was it's really cool black. It's kind of like a Velcro bracelet. It didn't fit my wrist at all. Talk about mega bummer. Like you get your Grail and it doesn't fit.
We're gonna get with Simona and get you some nice straps anyway. So
big shout outs to Simona. Yeah, definitely. So
straps for Pams or aces.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Now, you're so excited about this watch that I haven't even gotten to share what I've been wearing.
I know.
So let's take a brief moment to give Mr. R. Page.
Mr. Richard Page is one of his beautiful works there. Which one is that model?
Oh my gosh.
Is it the jukebox?
Is it the jukebox? It's Richard, you've got to get back to work so I can remember what your watches are. It's been so long.
Speakeasy jukebox.
It's the W Rocket case. It's the Stealth. Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Yeah, the name of it.
The Stealth Awesome. That's it. The RPH Stealth Awesome. Yeah.
The Stealth Barrage. And that's the Cali dial there. That's a good angle to it. It's got blued hands, and then it's got a nice cream second hand with red on the end there. And it's a exceptional Illinois movement. There. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And it's on a nice elephant strap. Thanks to Trent at 7 Strap, also a fantastic strap maker. This is my favorite strap for this watch.
Some poacher in Africa.
this watch strap in combination is just mint. Love it. So another shout out to Trent at 7 Strap. Also makes great straps.
Also, yeah, super awesome strap maker, and just awesome in general. Really, really super cool. She's she's the only one with my actual. I think she has a template specially made for my wrist.
I would imagine.
Because I mean, Brad and I we used to order like bunches of like 8 at a time because we'd have combination orders and stuff. So yeah, it was. But yeah, she's really cool, really good strap maker.
All right, real quick
Thank you, Robert,
before we get back into the PAM, I want to give Wrist Check Monthly a shout out. You see their website scrolling at the bottom. Just real quick, I'm going to hit. I'm going to start with February, and I'm going to name like 1 or 2 watches from each month. And we got for February, the gold check was the Mitchell Raider. For March, the silver was the S&B Atlantic A2 quartz. The gold for April was the Call Multiverse. The silver was the Mars Jump Over the Moon. The bronze was the Red Moon AMWG. I always forget the brand. It's Husson Group makes the watch, I believe. But I mean that April bronze check was a phenomenal deal because it's the Mica Quartz VK 64 movement in that chronograph. It's a really nice piece. The subdials are like a nice sunburst red. It's a beautiful watch. May was I'm kicking myself. I'm still kicking myself, Sean, for not getting the gold in May with the Nemesis. That diver was so beautiful. The silver was the Moss diver, which is a fantastic watch too. That month they started doing a steel check, which is 69 pounds, I believe, and they had the Lancaster chronograph for that month. June, the AMWG golf driving watch, and then the bronze was a Himmel. Okay. Last month, July was the Himmel Stratus, and silver was a Reverie GT. And that's just a quick semi-complete recap of the last few months. These guys are going above and beyond looking for the right watches to send out to their subscribers. And I know August is going to be another great month for subs. And you have like 2 days to get those to get your order in. You can use Taking the Time 10 for 10% off your sub. So get over there to Wrist Check Monthly and do that. Now, in addition to that, we've got a charity drive / watch giveaway. So what you do is you donate $5 or more to the Click Sergeant charity, and we'll have a link in the chat shortly. Every $5, I believe, you get a ticket in there, and then we're giving away like a dozen watches. No, 2 dozen watches. We're giving away 24 watches for this whole thing. It's crazy. We are around, I think, 20% funded right now for our goal, like our target goal. But we need to get more tickets sold. So get on over there, get some tickets, get a chance to win like some amazing watches. There's 24 watches. One of those is on our page. We've got, God, I can't even remember all the watches.
We need the list. $10 per ticket. Thank you, Robert. And hey, Francesco. Yes, Robert's Johnny on the spot. We ought to have Robert back on the show.
He's like quality control right now because we couldn't remember Barrage, and Brian's over there staring at his Panerai.
Well, this is for my brother. This is for my brother Francesco, who came on to watch the show. I know he popped in a little bit late, so there it is, buddy. Way to go! Thank you. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later in the show too. So,
all right, and there's the code. There's the code for a discount on your subscription. Taking the Time 10, and that'll get you 10% off your first subscription for Wrist Check Monthly. Okay. All right. I think we're good. I think checked our boxes, right?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to let you relive your experience of opening your first Panerai, and just kind of, give us the rundown of, what you were thinking, what you're feeling, and like any regrets. Is there, just in general, man?
I mean, do you want me to show the box and all, or?
Sure. I mean,
okay. All right. First, it came in a big. You get this big, huge cardboard box. Looks like you got a pair of shoes in there. You're gonna find a box. It's a black box. Looks like this. Just very. You wouldn't have any idea what it is unless you looked at the label on the front of it. Very innocuous looking cardboard box. Inside of said box, you are going to find if you give me a second, I'm going to recreate what I did minus the pinching my thumbs in the that Brad got with when I did the private unboxing with him, because he's been such a good friend and helped me out so much with this one that we did. He was actually at work, and I think he ran and hid in the closet so he could go and watch me actually open it up, and it was really cool. So I'm actually going to take it off, and so I'm going to give you the same kind of experience that I had when I first got it. Hold on, I messed it up already. So here we go. Now, once you're inside of that black box, you get to this box. This is actually pear wood, and it's made out of a pear tree.
And just for reference for everybody else, some of the more modern boxes actually have Panerai burn into it and then filled with black paint. So this is a J serial. Is that right? J series?
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Here's where I originally pinched my fingers. And kind of aim the cam down a little bit so you're not looking at my mug. And so, okay. Now we're inside. What you're not really seeing is this is, off-scene Panerai, etc. In order to not crush my thumbs this time, you're gonna, and now you're basically in there.
Just as they come, cover the dive strap.
That was the strap that was on it. It did not fit me. I had to put this bracelet on. You could see the little cover on the watch and everything. The little black thing is actually a strap change tool. I have a different watch that is similar, and I can show you. I have it in a holder here on this, and I don't know if you're able to see the small buttons on the lugs. You press those, and then you press simultaneously. You press this pin, and the pin will come up. It's actually, once you get used to it, it's really easy to do. You just got to kind of get used to it. And I use toothpicks because it's wood and it's not going to scratch anything. Plus, the little tool is probably irreplaceable. And not that I ever want to have to sell this watch, but
you can get knockoffs on eBay for like $10 of that strap change tool.
Well, this is a real one though, so
well, that's what I'm saying. If you leave that in the box, you can use a knockoff.
Use toothpicks. My honest opinion, use toothpicks. They don't scratch. They don't cost anything really, and you can get them at a restaurant for free. So
Joe said bigger box than the Speedy big box edition. No, I got a Speedy for my 40th birthday, and it was like a suitcase. It was like 4 Pam boxes.
Yeah.
So no, not quite. Which is the biggest waste of space. Like, what are you gonna do with that suitcase? Thanks a lot, Omega.
You can take it into space with your watch. I mean, you're not gonna wear your watch in space, but it's nice to know that you can. It's like you're not going to drive your car at 200 miles an hour on the highway, but it's nice to know that you can.
How do you know I'm not going to drive my car 200 miles an hour on the freeway? You don't know that.
I mean, I've tried. I didn't have a 200-mile-an-hour car, so, and I have gone all the way to Germany just to enjoy that beautiful gray circle with the line through it. And as soon as you see that, you just drop the hammer until you realize afterwards, and you go to the fuel station.
Yeah,
how much fuel you just burned for going 150 something miles an hour on the Autobahn, and now you got to pay for it. So,
right, but you got there in 30 minutes.
It's bittersweet, but it is it's awesome. And now kind of on a weird side note with cars, Brad and I are both car guys too, and I've heard that they may be putting an end to the speed limit, the unlimited speed on parts of the Autobahn, because it's only unlimited in parts of it. So, yeah, I mean,
sad. All right, we saw the box. Let's rein the show back in. All right, we saw the box. You've been wearing it for a couple of days. How's it feel? Is it too heavy? Is it too light? Do you notice that weight? Is it keeping good time?
Yeah, well, yeah.
For the record, just so everybody knows, if you're not familiar with Panerai, the 24 was discontinued. It was actually transitioned. I can't remember what year, but they changed the numbering system from 24 to 1024, and then they stopped making the 24. They stopped making, so it was the 1024 that they stopped making, And then, so it was the 1024, the 1090, the 1088, and you can actually still get a 1088. There's a couple left in North America still through boutiques.
Yeah.
That's
So, I mean, the 24s, and you're going to be going secondhand, which is what I did. All right, first off, are you finished with that, Brad?
yeah. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, the 24s, you're going to have to get secondhand, which I did. Okay. And that means usually kind of crazy. It's crazy to think about. You're going to probably have to go through eBay. Now I know what everybody thinks. Oh man, sight
eBay,
unseen. You're going to get knocked off. Well, okay. I would normally agree with you. Fortunately, anything over $2,000 now, as far as jewelry, watches, etc., goes, then it has to go through their authentication department. Everything, they put it under strict and stringent tests to make sure that everything is on the up and up. If it's not, they send you an email and say, hey, everything's not on the up and up, so we're sending this back to the sender and find something else. And, if it is, then it comes on to you. And then you decide if you like it or not. And then, that's the way it works. I was very pleased with eBay's part. The seller, the watchdog that entered the room. And
yeah, I mean,
yeah, I was very.
My advice that was always given to me was buy the seller, not the watch. So that's
The seller was not very good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but he has 100% feedback.
Yeah, it has 100% feedback until I give it. Hope you're not watching, dude, because, well, I don't care. I'll tell you, you're a terrible seller. I don't know how you have 100% feedback, positive feedback, because I sent you about 5 messages that you never responded to, and then you sent me a message saying, hey, man, you still interested in this or not? Because at our retail location, we have somebody that is. And still never answered my other questions about, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? And so I have no idea. I would not give them 5 stars. I would not go through them again. I would not do anything. So I don't know who they paid to get their ratings bumped up, but
yeah, but
don't.
The watch is good. The description was pretty accurate.
It is.
The pictures were accurate.
No. Okay. On that one, I will say no. It was listed in very good condition. When I got it, the bezel had a few, it was, granted, kind of superficial, but it was, the bezel was a little scratched up. I had to spend a little bit of time with some fine steel wool and water, and I'm still going over it, trying to get some of these little scratches out, which is hand brushing
tedious
at home yeah. on a fine Swiss watch is about as mind-racking as at-home dentistry. I mean, it's just it's that scary. It is, and
yeah, I gotcha. Yeah,
it really, you're thinking like I could totally tank this in a second, and you're messed
those little
up.
Those little pillars on the bezel.
Yeah,
that's where you got them.
And they're polished, so you can't run them over with the steel wool and everything else. So it's just it's tricky, and it's very time consuming. And what I would say is, if you're uncomfortable with it, trying it, which I was not actually. I was hesitant, but I wasn't uncomfortable because I knew I could get it fixed. If you're hesitant to try that or try something new, then seriously send it out to an authorized dealer. Have them do it. They're going to get it back like brand new while you're out. It's going to cost you a couple $100 to get it serviced too, but it's worth it. It's good for a while. I mean, you figure, and if you have one of these, you're going to wear it a lot. So it's not going to really leave your wrist very often. So,
The authorized dealer, their authorized dealer close to me, Oliver Smith Jewelers. I'm going to shout out to George and Ryan real quick. Hey guys, if you ever watch us, they do great job over there refinishing. I've had them refinish some stuff. I know they can refinish Pam's because they're authorized dealer for Panerai. They do an amazing job with the refinishing. So if it was me, I'd just take it over there, give them a couple $100 or whatever, whatever it is. And you're going to have what looks like a brand new watch come back to you.
Yeah.
So that's, I know there's somebody around you that does that, or, somebody relatively close, like Atlanta or something like that.
Atlanta's 2.5 hours away.
I know, but well,
my car's fast. It's not that.
Get off the island and push yourself closer. I don't know.
No, I'm happy about where I am right now. With we're not going to get political, but I just don't like cities right now. So, yeah, I don't need. I had my fun in Iraq. I don't need to get shot at in America. So, little food for thought there. I'm good. But yeah, no, so far so great. Everything, it keeps time. Now these are, officially certified chronometers, actually. And it comes with the paperwork, the COSC, that, certified chronometer, which basically means it's going to be plus or minus 3 seconds or something, or 5.
3 minus 3
basically minus 3 plus 2 or something like that. It's crazy, but it's the same as Rolex, Breitling, any other big brand, says, superlative chronometer. Basically, it is. It's not basically anything. It is, but it just doesn't say it on it. It doesn't have to, because it comes with the certificate that says that, hey, we put it through this test and, it passed. So, that's cool. I'm trying to charge a little bit of lume here. I don't know. I don't know if
it does.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see a little bit. See a little bit of green there.
Yeah. I mean, it really pops. But yeah, I mean, so far so great. The weight is amazing. Of course, I am a horse of a man, and that doesn't bother me. In fact, I like it. The weight is great. The comfort level is awesome. Accuracy is amazing, as you expect. Everything, it checks all my boxes. It does. So that's why I'm going to give it an A++. And woo! I am biased. There's an A+++, with 3 maybe. I don't know. Maybe there could be. I don't know. I haven't found that yet.
Feels a chronograph. You might.
I do. I do love chronographs, but I like to be able to get it wet too.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So here's the big debate. Speaking of chronographs, the new Panerai Luna Rosa. I can't remember the number. Is it a 1013 maybe? But anyway, Panerai just released a new chronograph that they didn't confirm or deny what movement it was. It ended up being a ETA 2892 with a chrono mechanism attached to it. So
why they didn't use the Valjoux movement?
Getting a lot of hate.
They already had, but whatever.
Getting a lot of hate for this move that they did, because they didn't say that it wasn't an in-house movement. They didn't say that it was. And then somewhere on social, I guess they said that it was an in-house movement, but it really isn't.
It's a modified ETA.
They're getting a lot of hate right now for using that ETA movement, which is now ETA is owned by Swatch Group. Richemont owns Panerai, IWC, and a bunch of other brands.
Right.
So,
Omega.
So if Richemont uses one of their in-house movements that isn't an in-house Panerai movement, technically it's still kind of an in-house movement. So there's some movements that were.
It just depends on whose house it's in.
Yeah. There are movements in Panerais that are Richemont movements that Richemont makes, but they're not necessarily Panerai in-house movements, and so there's some complexities there. Now, if it would have been a Richemont movement in the new Luna Rosa, I feel like we might not be having this conversation because it's like, well, we own, blah blah blah. It's like, it's kind of a moot point because it's under the same umbrella with all those brands. But no, we're looking at Aneta, which is a Swiss competitor owned by Swatch Group, and it's like, so Panerai is getting a lot of hate right now. A lot of people are seeing a lot of things that are downgrades in the current line versus what they were doing. They just changed one of the calibers to a non-hacking movement. I can't specify which watch that discussion is, but it's a bad move. And
it's
so
annoying. Yeah.
So right now Panerai is kind of on the hot seat of, what the hell are you guys doing? And I mean, for me personally, I would consider myself a semi-purist with the way Panerai goes. I like the bases. I like the Lumina Marinas, like the time only, big fat dial with not a whole lot of anything on it. I love the 04s, the 24s. The 24s as a Vendom Group piece that started with the A serial, kind of right off the bat, with the Marina base and then the Marina. So, it has a lot of heritage with the brand. I consider it one of the anchor pieces
kind
from
of
the original Vendom Group. Staple, yeah. Kind of a staple of the original lineup for sure. But if you look at the line now compared to what it looked like in, say, 2004, it's so much different. There's so many more models, and a lot of it I just don't love, to be completely honest. But there's still some good stuff there. They make the Black Seal still, which is a great piece. It used to have a sandwich dial. They switched it out to a what we call a sausage dial. I mean, you've got me. I'm like sucked in. This is going to be a Pam episode. Like,
Pam, okay. Explain the PAM. Is it Panerai authorized
Panerai model number? This Panerai model is where Pam
authorized model or something. Yeah, that's why it's instead of Pan like PAN as in November, it's PAM.
Yeah,
and that's so if anybody that's not really familiar, that's why they call it that. And that's what makes this show really different and strange. Hopefully in a good way. We hope that anybody that's left is enjoying it. Even non-watch people in the group are realizing, like, wow, there's all this like crazy, like, smack talking going on about, almost everybody in here. Hopefully you own a wristwatch of some sort. I don't care if it's you got it out of a gumball machine, but as long as it tells the time, then you're going to get it. So, but it's just little things like that. It's Brad is very caught up with Panerai. He has a buddy out near him who is like this guy. He's like a super collector, and really cool guy. I've spoken to him privately before too, and he's just with Brad and everything. So yeah, he's just really cool people that. Occasionally, if I live in the middle of nowhere, I'd be lucky to get my neighbor to lend me his Timex. So, and they make a good watch. I'll tell you what, that Timex, it's always going to be on time. So, there's nothing wrong with it. And it doesn't, yeah. So, I said Ming watches has also been getting roasted as well. Yeah. The whole in-house thing is.
I don't know who Ming is. I'll be honest. That's why I'm waiting. That's what I said that.
Like to Ming.
Yeah, and there's a lot of purists that don't like the direction Panerai is going in. Can kind of relate to that as
well. Thing is, with the one I got, nobody's going to argue with it. It beat the BS mark, and so nobody's going to be like, oh, that's
yeah.
Like,
I do like the earlier Vindom pieces. Are you telling me to wrap this up?
I'm just we can go on forever. I
I
mean,
could,
this
especially
is
talk
the
about
thing, is that
Panerai.
we definitely could.
Yeah, I mean, we could do an episodes where we break down like
Yeah,
the early 30s cases, the 40s case, the 50s case,
if
and
you're
then
interested. Is anybody back from whoever's left? Anybody want to hear about Panerai, or are they just like? Is everybody just like, okay, that's cool?
like
Next.
two. That's because it's 2 shows in a row where we've hit heavy on
Oh
Panerai.
yeah, you had your buddies last time. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, that guy's cool. I gotta come out and visit you guys.
you could go nuts if you see his collection.
Come out just to visit you guys and hang out and talk watches.
Right?
But Ming is a high end micro brand or a small independent brand. Does very limited runs and it's decent quality. Supposedly until lately. Thank you, Joe. That's I have heard of them before, and I guess lately they've been getting some smack. They're a small independent, I
Well,
guess, luxury dealer. So
I got one for you. I saw in the league maybe a straight up knockoff of the Grupo Gamma Nexus. Did you see that? The Wandering Hour?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the jump hour. Yeah. Did you see that
Yeah.
watch?
Yeah,
Like people
I've
are
seen it
commenting,
before.
and then Naoki's like, I did this like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. But you know what's funny about that piece? I don't remember the brand. Doesn't matter. Because you should just get a Grupo Gamma Nexus because that's an amazing timepiece. But they didn't even attempt to make the dial as amazing as the one on the Grupo Gamma. Like, for real. The Grupo Gamma, I don't know if they're still available or not, but that dial is amazing. And what that watch roots from is a Panerai depth gauge, because they made depth gauges back in around the World War II times. I could really do a history show just on Panerai. I don't know how many people would listen to it, but we could definitely do that. So, but maybe we should not do that today.
Well, not today, but I mean, if anybody's interested, does anybody care? Like,
Right? I'm like, and we could throw that on audio too in the podcast, and that might be a good thing. It looks like they're, oh no, they're not available. Yeah, they must be sold out. I wish it. Oh, no, it looks like you can still get a Grupo Gamma Nexus. There's a Damascus. Yeah, there's the Damascus steel. We'll do that real quick. I'll just let you guys. Age steel. Yeah, you can still get an age steel. Yeah, so can get that watch, and it's super cool. I'm pretty sure we did a review on it back when I got it on delivery because I pre-ordered it. So anyway, so go check out Grupo Gamma's website, grupogammawatches.com, and you can check out the original watch that was modeled after a Panerai depth gauge. That's our side note for today's show. But it's a really cool jump hour watch.
yeah, it is.
All right. So I'll give you the final word on your thoughts on the Panerai. Yeah, Robert says it's a great piece. It is. It's a really cool watch. I'll give you the final thoughts, man, on the PAM 24, and we'll close this pig out.
We don't give really buying advice here. I would say if you want one,
He says that. I do. I do give buying advice.
I try not to. I'm not going to tell you, hey, go get this thing, because sometimes it's just not feasible for everyone. But
It's
I will.
your 50th your 40th birthday present. Good God.
This 50th thing. I'm sorry. I got my eyebrow is. Yeah, but Sorry, child-friendly audience, but yeah. Anyway, I had a scratch on my forehead. I had to scratch it. Yeah, it is. It was a present to myself for my 40th birthday, which is coming up next month. If you're anywhere local, come on by on the 4th of September. My birthday is actually on the 5th, but yeah, come by if you want. Hit me up. Anybody from out of town, if you want to come down, we're gonna be throwing down. Dr. Q is unable to make it because he.
because of
Well, we're going to be nice and just say he's extremely busy.
because of how much work I do from August to May.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, and so he's taking care of the future of America.
I got
So,
some ideas for a little care package though.
uh-oh.
I've been thinking. So
Last year, he was really cool and got me this awesome fish strap, which you guys have seen on the Sangamon Mother Road that I have, the white dial, and I think that is
it was a nice.
it just the color combo is just pop right there. That was super cool. Big shout out to Dr. Q, Brad McAllister, my man, was super generous with that gift. Thank you so much. Shout outs. Anybody else want to shout out? Anybody? We got 4 people on here. Other than Robert, Joe, you guys, ourselves. We got
I wonder who the other people are.
my brother Francesco. We got
It's off Facebook.
all kinds of people. Yeah.
Real quick, I will say this. I saw the purple competition driver Stratton in the chat, in the Wrist Check Monthly chat.
Oh, the Lakers one?
I think that was that Tony's watch? I love that purple. I messaged Kyle and I said, hey, if you have one of those,
birthday was yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah. I messaged him happy birthday too. But I said, hey, if you have one of those floating around, maybe you can get it to us for a little bit so we can check it out. I love the purple. The purple dial looks great, but just a competition driver in general. I'd like to check one of those out. So maybe we'll get a loaner if there are loaners out there. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah, I mean, if he's making so many things. I mean, I'm sure he's got review watches and stuff out all over the place. So it just depends on where it is on the globe. I know. So yeah, those are really cool. Big shout out to Wrist Check Monthly and this
to the charity lottery.
Yeah, please, because the drawing is still going to be on the 6th.
I think so.
So get in, get it.
Yeah,
your odds are looking good. I mean, sadly, we're really short of the goal because of how many watches it is. There's over $10,000 worth of watches easily.
Crazy.
And I mean, so your odds are good now. I mean, it's good and it's bad. That means that we're not generating a lot for the charity now, and then after shipping and costs and everything else, I don't know how that works, but it's going to be tricky. So, I mean, it's for a good cause. It's $10 a ticket if you can. And, open up your heart and your wallet a little bit. If you have it, if not, I mean, I'm sure it's tax deductible if you itemize down to the $10. And Mr. Robert Newton would like to know for you, Dr. Q, is there any update on the Secograph?
Absolutely. So everything is confirmed. There's going to be 25 white full dials, 25 dials. I've seen the final renderings, so everything's looking good. Swan neck regulators on the ST19 movements. I mean,
what color?
Just, I don't know. Collar? Just the color of metal.
What color swan neck ring?
I don't think it's going to be blue. I don't think it'll be blued if that's what you're asking. Not that I'm aware of. I didn't specify anything like that. I just wanted a swan neck regulator.
You like cooler if it was, man.
But yeah, like everything's good. Should still on end of September, beginning of October deadline. Everything's been finalized. Deposits have been paid, so I'm not seeing any issues come up as we've went down the list. The straps are picked out. I actually posted the brown leather with the white stitching on the straps. It's got a nice clean, not a thumbnail buckle, but it's got a little bit, it's got a little bit more shape to it, a little bit of design, but it's still a simple buckle for the clasp. Yeah, man. I mean, everything's good. I'm just waiting for more people to order the watch and get it delivered.
Yeah, I think delivery dates are starting to come out for anybody that ordered the Valhalla of Norway, the Axe, the O with the line through it, the KOKS. That's the Axe. It should be in September, so that one will be coming up. I know I have one coming here. I have a Seiko coming here.
Yeah.
And there might be something else I ordered and forgot about. So I don't know.
I have the Patot coming, supposedly. I backed that
Pedo, yeah.
Good grief.
The Pedo?
Yeah. Patot?
Yeah. It's Pedo.
Am I pronouncing that wrong?
Yeah, well, it depends. Normally, what a Pedo tube is sticks out of the front of an aircraft, and it measures. It conducts electricity through, and it basically measures airspeed that way. But it's called a Pedo tube. But PDOT is not exactly incorrect either.
I've always said it wrong. Then I guess, yeah.
Well, tomato. You're okay.
But yeah, I have that the PVD blue case watch that's made to honor the F-14. I have that coming. Like I've kind of lost the excitement about it because it's been so long.
Well, think about it this way: that was coming out at the same time that the new Top Gun was supposed to come out, which is all exciting. The original one was F-14s. Now they've delayed that movie for so long. I'm ready to go punch the director. That may or may not be a direct threat to whomever directed it, but it's not really. I promise you. So don't give me for hate.
Disclaimer: we aren't threatening anybody on the show.
We're not. We're not threatening anybody. We do not condone violence. We do not pass go. We do not collect $200. Oh, we already got dinged on. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right. We do need to wrap this up because we are going way long. So,
yeah, if you guys
get on over to Wrist Check Monthly, get your order in for, you have 2 days. The deadline is August the 10th to get your subscription in for this month. And get on over to the charity lottery, which we have a link in the comments. Get yourself a ticket to win one of 24 watches with just as minimum donation of $10. And that's it, guys. We will see you next time.
Yeah, we apologize for going a little bit long today, but if you're watching this afterwards, feel free to leave anything in the comments. If you want to hear more about one thing or another, we will do our best to look it up for you. And if you've kept up with us for this long, you're going to finish listening to me. Yeah. So, let's face it, it's going to happen. We all know it's going to happen. So, but really, if you have any ideas or things you'd really like to talk about or say, hey, I saw this online the other day and I don't understand it. We will do our best to try and figure it out for you, and we'll bring it up. So for real, let's make this, fun and more interactive. Although we're going to be changing our format a little bit, possibly with some teasers and things like that. But, we like to keep it live, like to keep it lively. And so for me, I don't know if Brad has anything else. That's it for me. And I want to say thank you for taking the time with us today. Until next time.